team than the one that should got relegated, but still. And I was just like, this is great. And Everton were top of the league. We were the fucking champions of September, baby. We were killing it. And then, like, but every Everton fan, like, you would see, like, we're top of the league. Spirit of the Blues came out. We were killing it.
Yeah.
But after every game, we would go, dude, Spirit of the Blues. It was a song in the 80s.
Yeah.
And, like, it kind of, like, it all started from an Everton Twitter, like, Everton fan, like, on Twitter. The guy's fucking hilarious. His name's it's like Finn Kinch or something like that on Twitter. It's great. But he would, like, after every game, he would have some random, like, Goodfellas dancing, like, clip, and he would play Spirit of the Blues over it. And it was just gold. And then it started, like, growing and growing. And I don't know if y'all saw this, but, like, when it came, like, number one in the UK, like, the song rose to the charts. And, like, yeah, it rose to the charts to the point where, like, pop stations were playing it on the radio.
Kind of had to.
Yeah, you had to, because, like, they're like a top 50, like, pop station. They're playing Spirit of the Blues, a song from the 80s. And then Everton fans got a hold of it again, and were like, oh, fuck. So they started just throwing all these songs that, like, were Everton songs, like, the 80s when we were fucking killing the game before Liverpool. Controversial, killed Italians. And so it's like all these songs started coming back into it. And it was just like, it was wild. Because, like, I'm over here in Alabama. And, like, but, like, somebody called out on one of their Twitter videos one time. And was like, for some reason, like, songs being played in Alabama, the U.S. right now. And I was like, you're fucking right, they are, baby. But it was like, it was wild. And it was like that time. But, like, we would play on, like, a Saturday or a Sunday. And, like, we would just rage Saturday and Sunday. But once Monday hit, every Everton fan was like, man, the eventual decline is going to happen this season. It's going to break our hearts. So, like, when it happened, everybody was, like, talking shit to, like, Everton fans. We're like, guys, we've been expecting this since we beat Tottenham. Yeah. Like, we literally expected the next week to lose to, I think it was Brighton we played next. We expected to lose to that team.
So y'all just hit the ground running, didn't have the stamina, you think? Or is it that clash of injuries and all that bad shit that happened that really set y'all off track?
It's depth. Yeah. We don't, like, our starting 11, I will put our starting 11 up against almost any team in the league. Like, I think if we had, like, our starting 11, like, that the cohesion we have and how they work together, I put them against any team in the league where we have zero depth. To the point where, like, it really hit us when we were taking, like, when James would come off and we replaced him with Theo Walcott. Yeah. Would come on afterwards. And, like Allen would come off and then, like Gylfi would come on, or, like, Gomez would be on there to start or something like that. But, like, the players who would come on and off, it was just... You could tell that we'd improved where we needed to improve. Our midfield was abysmal.
Y'all definitely plugged all the holes.
Yeah, we plugged the holes, but we don't have the depth because our backups aren't the level they need to be to keep the momentum going. So, like, you can't take off Allen and put on fucking Tom Davies and expect the intensity to be as high. Yeah. And so that's what our issue is. Like, our top 11, our starting 11 that we started with, I'd put them against any team in the league, but the moment that it hits, like, the 60th, 70th minute, that's when we give it a lot of goals because our defense is fine. Godfrey's going to come in and be... Godfrey's young. A lot of people don't like that vibe, but I like him.
For 2 or 3 years.
But I like him because he's got... So, there's a video...
He can play on the left or the right whenever he...
Yeah. Like, and it was kind of a... It was a bad time for him to come in. Like, he did fine starting on the... Or finishing on the right.
I'm sure would much rather be in the Premier League.
Finishing on the right against Liverpool, like, playing, like, 50 minutes, I want to say, is what he played. Or I think it was like 30 minutes he played. And did fine. But then he had to start on the right because John Joe Kinney and Seamus Coleman both hurt. And so it was a point where...
You're not going to put Yerry fucking Mina out there.
Yeah, Yerry Mina is a center back. And that.
Dude, what's wild about him, though, is, like, when you watch him play for Colombia, you're like, holy shit, Yerry Mina is the best center back in the world. And then when you see him play for Everton sometimes...
Jordan Pickford.
That's another
Jordan
example.
Pickford
affects his game that bad? Pickford to Mina?
No, I'm saying, like, Jordan Pickford
like
is the same way. Because, like, you see him play for Everton, and it's absolute shambles.
Oh, yeah.
He's a dumpster fire in goal, but then you put him on the England team, and he's making great saves, great positioning, doesn't do anything stupid.
Like not the last World Cup, but I think the World Cup before, Yerry Mina was, like,
it was the James goal.
Point.
Yeah, it was the goal where James had, like, the goal of the World Cup. It was like... Was it Brazil? Was the Brazil one, maybe?
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about the one after that. Like, Yerry Mina, he got the goal against another South American team, and everyone was like, that's when Barcelona bought him. Yeah. That World Cup. And he was, like, I was like, I want to unite by him and get rid of, like, Phil Jones. But then you guys, honestly, your recruitment for the past few years has been pretty solid. I mean, you
Marcel Brands, because we got rid of the dude. Like the guy, you could tell the difference, man. You can tell the difference of how we bought and who we bought for when Marcel Brands came in.
Yeah.
Because before that, I forgot who the guy was. But he's the guy who bought Gylfi Sigurdsson and all those just trash players.
What is Gylfi?
Gylfi's a solid Premier League player to have on your team for
maybe
depth.
It's just me. Like when he does something, he doesn't look as
exactly
much of a travesty
because he's not playing 80 minutes or whatever it was.
No, he didn't have stamina.
Yeah, he doesn't have stamina, but we were forcing him to play that last year.
Yeah,
and he came in playing that, and like we bought him though.
Putting him on the wing too. And
we just put him everywhere, and like he's not that kind of guy. He's on the legs for that. But when we bought him, he was bordering on that. He's got like 2-3 more like good years coming on, and then he had 2 or 3 good years, and then you could see the decline starting. Mm-hmm. We overpaid for him. We paid like $50 million for him.
$50 million?
Yeah, it was like $45 million. Like
from a relegated Swansea, you paid $50 million?
Exactly. And just compare that to this year. We got James, Allen, and Decore for a combined like $30 million.
Oh no, y'all killed it this year.
Yeah, we got James on a free.
Yeah.
We paid $0 for James.
And so that's why you were able to pay his wages.
And we paid. Well, he took a wage cut. I want to say like he's not making like chump change. He's making like $150. I want to say a week.
He just wants to play ball.
Yeah, he just wants to play. And Zidane just fucking froze him out. And we're apparently about to get Isco or Isco, however you pronounce it.
No, you're not.
No way.
Carlos pushing for him,
and
he's pushing for him and Milik right now.
Milik before Isco.
Yeah, I would say you probably get Milik. Isco,
great buy.
Isco,
that's the thing.
Isco is like the perfect
right
replacement
now,
at City for David Silva, though.
Yeah, the thing with us right now is we need the two places we really need depth are the wing and the striker, because for some reason we loaned out Moise Kean, who has just gone hold my dick at PSG right now. He's got like 4 or 5 goals in like 3 games. It is wild what he's doing at PSG. But think about it, he's playing with Neymar and Mbappe. He's got a world class team.
But now he has that. He's got James. He's got
he never got the playing time. He never got the playing time at Everton.
Anytime he played,
Carlo gave up. Did Carlo give up on him, or he gave up on Everton prior to everybody coming in?
So at the end of the last year, we all kind of saw the writing on the wall, because like his dad came out and was saying crap, and Raiola was saying crap, and they didn't give last year. At the end of the season, nobody really cared at the end of the season, because we knew we weren't getting relegated, and we knew that Carlo was going to do some stuff in the off season, so we kind of just wrote off the end of the last season. But he ended the season bad, and so you saw it in. I think we were playing like Fleetwood. Maybe we were playing. It was one of our cup games where he took a penalty. Gylfi was on the field, our penalty taker,
right?
And Keane took the penalty because he hadn't scored a goal yet, and we're like, you need to get a goal to start the snowball effect. And apparently that was Carlos doing. That was like Gylfi giving the ball, and so we're trying to get him in, but I think it was just he has so much negative stuff going around, and he went from being the next big thing at Juve to coming in and having almost the world on his back at Everton. Because when he came in, that was before Dominic Calvert-Lewin started actually being a decent forward.
He was clumsy.
He was, dude. I'll never forget. So I'll always tell people this. I've been an Everton fan long enough to have seen Ronald Koeman, the perpetuator of downfall at Barcelona. Now, I've been an Everton fan long enough to where I saw him play Dominic Calvert-Lewin as a right wing back.
Right wing back?
Right wing back.
What?
It was a 3-back. It was a 3-back. I want to say it was a 3-back with Neville, John Stones, and somebody else was back there. And then he was a right wing back, dude. It was insanity. Dude, when Koeman was at Everton, that was one of the few times in my life as an Everton fan I was like, I want to change teams. Yeah. Because it was so boring to watch. There was no attacking going on. That's when we got Rooney. That's when we got Rooney for like free from y'all, and he came in. He scored like 10, 15 goals. Yeah. He did good, but it was like he was all we had.
Yeah,
he's the manager of Derby now.
Playing him way too deep too to be the main goal scorer.
Yeah. And that's just Koeman ball, man.
As Rooney got older, though, he started dropping into the midfield anyway. Like,
Derby he's like attacking.
At United, though, like they didn't have a goal scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have just put him. You see what I mean? Like I would have just put him up top.
Like at Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like he didn't have like the speed much anymore. Like he'd have to have someone to play it up to, and then like work his way up the field. Like he's not. Like
he wasn't making those attacking runs that he was like known for. He wasn't making those anymore. He would pass to a wing, let them get up the field, and he would slowly make his way into the box to make an attack. But like Koeman's the way it looked with Koeman was like it was kind of that way of like you can't lose if they don't score, and so he was more content with a.
It was Louis Van Gaal at United.
Yeah, like a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw, and it was just it was park the bus without the actual tactics of parking the bus. It was just the way he he was just wanted to survive, and it was just so boring to watch. But after that, I mean, it was fine. Like we got Martinez after that, and it was great. Like it was the difference. That was when we got.
Why did he leave?
Martinez?
Yeah,
he had a couple bad runs, and that was the old Everton where he had a couple bad runs and. That's what sucks is being we're always in the shadow of Liverpool. Like we were in the shadow of Liverpool, who's one of the teams that's had one of the greatest turnarounds in the past decade. Like they're a decent team, always a decent team, but they're always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Up until Fenway took over, and it was great because we still talk trash. We could still be like, hey, you haven't won anything. Like you haven't either. Yeah, but we don't get the Champions League. But guess what? We also don't get knocked out of the Champions League. Whereas Jay chilling at 10. 10, 11, 9, like we're all in that area. But then like Fenway took over and they started actually like doing good and whatnot. And now like they're a global brand now. Like Liverpool. Everton.
Liverpool adopted the what United do with their branding basically.
Yeah. And I guess that's the joke is when they won the league. There's a joke though. There's more Liverpool fans in Thailand than there are in England. Yeah, because like they're just like all their fans are like foreign fans and like that.
Same with United.
Yeah.
When you go to Old Trafford, it's like no one speaks English.
Yeah, and so like when they won the league, it's like dude, Bangkok is popping off right now. It's just, but like it's just we're in the shadow of Liverpool now because like, and also with Everton, like our name's Everton. Nobody knows where Everton is. It's not like a place. A city, but you come in, like you fly into Liverpool, and you're in the place of Liverpool Football Club. Yeah. You're not landing. But now we've got like, we got some of that kind of stuff going on. We're rebranding and like we're having a lot of stuff on the city. And we're doing international stuff. When we signed James, there was a floating billboard in Miami. And James's picture was in Times Square. There was all that kind of stuff. Because right now we're trying to build a brand, and we have a world-class manager to go along with it.
Y'all are taking the right steps.
Yeah.
And I don't think Ancelotti's leaving until he wins a trophy. That's a
Ancelotti, he came out and said, like, I signed a contract for 4 years, but I'm more than happy. He loves Liverpool. He's actually more than happy to stay longer. And it was like, because he loves Liverpool. And Liverpool loves him. Like, after when we were in top of the league, man, like, the scenes in Liverpool when we would win a game, because we were dropping dimes on people. We were winning like 5-2. Like we weren't keeping clean sheets, which was always kind of a bear of bad news. Like, you kind of see that we were not keeping clean sheets against like Brighton and stuff like that.
Brighton are solid though.
Yeah. West Brom. We didn't shut out West Brom, and so. But like I think it was after West Brom maybe where James got 2 or something like that. Like you could see it, and like there were all lockdowns, there were no fans there. But James is riding away in his Land Rover or whatever it is. He's riding away in his bougie car, and there are Everton fans like lining the side of the road, handing him bottles of rosé through his window. And it was just gold, man. You just watch this happen. It's like Liverpool was just the vibe around like the supporters and the club was unreal. But again, all the supporters knew it was coming down at some point because like we've beaten y'all like that year. We beat y'all like 4-0, and like we beat Chelsea last year like 3-1. Like we've had these wins, but no Everton fan has those wins. Like we're gonna go to top of the league. Like,
they're flukes. They're not expected wins. But now y'all are building now.
Yeah, and now like the way we were winning, to begin the season. We were going on like runs and games, and like we were scoring. Like, at one point, like we were scoring minus that first game. We were scoring like an average like 3 goals a game, and it was the way we were winning was significantly different than those years we had those flukes. So we had those flukes when we beat like Chelsea, and then we went and lose to like we gave up like 2 goals in stoppage time to Newcastle, and like we do that kind of stuff. So nobody expected anything when that happened. We were like, all right, we won 1 game, and now we're gonna drop points to Watford or whatever, and we did. I think we lost. We got swept by Watford last year. It was like that. But this year, it was the way we were winning. It was like you could see that there were tactics being played because under Marco Silva, man, it was like there was no tactics ever being played. He came in with this: we're going to play attack and soccer. We're going to play all this stuff. We're going to do like a 4-4-2 and like not a 4-4-2. We're going to do like a 4-3-2-1 or whatever it was. We're going to play all this kind of stuff, and then. It just didn't happen. And he always had an excuse. It was always like, we don't have the players for it. But he would never go try to get the players, or he would never tell them what they wanted. He would just be like, this is how we want to play, and he like left it up to everybody else. And there was no improvement under him. Mm-hmm. But Ancelotti, like this season, starting with his first full season where he got the players he wanted, we had tactics. You could see we had a plan, and we were winning games differently. And that's why the vibe was different. Because like when we went last year, we would get pumped